of the week, and it's titled Letting the System Do the Work. We're going to talk about systematizing your business. Step 10 of the 10-step training process. That's right. We've been going through the countdown each and every week to complete the 10-step training program. Number 10, letting the system do the work. Let's talk a little bit about becoming system dependent. Becoming system dependent for not only you, but your team does some amazing thing. It provides 24 hours a day, 7-day-a-week support. Training at your leisure, which means you now have the ability to get online, go through the training modules, and get a clear understanding of how to build your business more effectively and how to lead teams. And you can do it from the comfort of your own home at your schedule and at your leisure. More importantly, it also works that way for your team so that you can plug them into this training, which helps them to become more system dependent rather than enroller dependent. There's multiple training mediums as well with this 10-step training program. So, you can plug in and really enjoy the benefits of it, but I'm also making these training modules available to each of your leaders in local markets so that they can use the PowerPoint presentations at Super Saturday trainings, at team meetings. That way you can get it live and in person, you can get it online, but we want to make sure that we expand and enhance the value for our system. It also provides repetitive exposure. See, repetitive exposure is important because repetition is the mother of learning. A lot of times we can't really, get an idea fixed in our mind with clear understanding until we've heard it a few different times. Part of the ISD process, which we employ for teaching students how to invest in real estate, is all about repetition. Well, it's no different with our IMA training program and the 10-step training program. Repetition, repetition, repetition. I can tell you there have been tapes and CDs and programs that I have listened to or watched over and over and over again, working to gain mastery of those things. Once, because if you hear it once, you're going to forget, I think, the vast majority of it, and it's not going to serve you well. Encourage your teams to go over each and every aspect of this training multiple times so that they can master them and so that they can become more profitable. The other thing is it's not reliant on a mentor's schedule, skill set, or work ethic. So, hey, let's say you're a brand new ITA, you come into the business, your mentor is working, a full-time job, they only have part-time to dedicate to Renatus, and they're not there as often as you would like to have them there. Let's say that maybe they're a fairly newly certified person, and, they might not have all the answers to your questions. The beauty of this program is that everyone can plug in. Everyone starts on equal footing. Everyone is on level ground. Now, it goes back to an old saying that I've always believed. I believe in this. We are all born equal with the opportunity to become unequal. Well, in the Renatus training program, we are all trained equally with the opportunity to become very much unequal in how we master that training. I would encourage you to go out there and make big things happen. The next thing it does is it complements the systematized sales process. Once again, helps you and your people to become system dependent rather than enroller dependent. And it allows you to plug in and take advantage of the Renatus support system. So now you are ingrained in the support system. Now you can lead and guide your people to plugging into that support system, and everybody wins. I mean, everybody wins. Also trains a new ITA to get certified and make money right now. Not months from now, but right now. The reason why the compensation plan in Renatus is so powerful is because that compensation plan rewards people for the work that they do today. Individuals who are getting started, whether they're a seasoned pro in the business or they've never been involved in direct sales of any kind, they can get involved, and upon their first sale, they can put $500 profit in their pocket, referring that sale to you. Now, you're going to get paid $1,000 on all of your personal sales, but on referred sales, you make $500, they make $500. You know what $500 on a sale means to a brand new ITA? It can be everything, because it gives them bragging rights, it gives them operating capital, it gives them the resources they need to move forward. There's a lot of folks in this country who work tirelessly part-time jobs, and they don't make $500. They don't make $500 a week. They don't make sometimes $500 a month. And we've got a program where on one sale, even when they're going through training, they can put $500 cash in their pocket. Once they get trained, on every personal sale, they'll put $1,000 minimum in their pocket. There's no other compensation plan out there with this kind of a product offering that is this powerful. So let's talk about the new 10-step training. Each of the training modules. Number one, an individual starts with the Quick Start training. Quick Start training, they help them understand how to get into a money-earning position faster and how to go out there and leverage their mentor and the team to make big things happen. Number two is accelerating your path from start to money. That's all about warm market. It's sitting down, making the list, identifying those people that you really want to be a part of your business. And then number three is putting it into practice, which is all about contacting and inviting and doing it in a very non-threatening and unoffensive way so that you become the hero to the folks you're contacting rather than the annoyance. We teach you what to do, what to say, and how to say it so that it leaves a good, positive, lasting impression and always protects the relationship. Number four, turning your passion into your life's purpose. That's really important as well because you've got to get a dream. The dream is going to propel you forward. It's going to get you past some of the hurdles and the hiccups and the road bumps that you're going to have as you move forward to success. You've got to get a big dream. Now, a dream is what you one day intend to achieve. I always tell people, you know, this has got to be something you want, you're willing to do what it takes to make it happen, and you're going to put a plan in place to go after it. So turn your passion into your life's purpose by getting a big, powerful, passionate dream to drive you to success. Number five, treating your business like a business. We talk about money-making activities and specifically what you need to do to stay engaged in money-making activities so that you are not confusing activity with accomplishment. There's a big difference. We want to see you profitable. Number five on the 10-step training program talks all about that. The number six training module, becoming a product of the product. We're going to identify the strengths and weaknesses of our product. The strengths are going to take about 59 minutes, 59 seconds. The weaknesses are going to take about 1 second to talk about because that's how strong our product is. Now, we live in an imperfect world, so we always have room for improvement. I'm here to tell you, though, I have studied all sorts of different educational programs in the real estate investing and entrepreneurial space. I've never found anything that compares or competes with what we offer in Renatus. Number seven, show me the money. Listen, that training module is all about compensation plan. You want to learn the comp plan. You want your people to learn the compensation plan. The best way to motivate is to compensate. And training module number 7 is going to help you and your people come to understand very clearly how to make that happen. Number 8, turning stranger into colleagues. Listen, there are 310 million people in the United States. 310 million. We haven't even scratched the surface. Hardly any of them even know who in the world we are, but we want to become a household word. So it's time to learn how to go out there and generate leads from cold marketing activities, whether that's a Craigslist ad or that's a traditional newspaper ad, whether that's flyers, roadside signs, networking, 3-foot rule, leads lists, blogs, webinars. I mean, there's so many different ways to generate leads so that you can get your phone ringing with inbound phone calls to make sure that you've got a number of folks to always be speaking to. See, the last thing you ever want to have happen is for you to fall into what we call lead poverty consciousness. That'll take you out of the business. We want you to have an abundance of leads at all time. And number 8 teaches you how to generate those leads. Number 9, becoming a certified team-building wealth magnet. Well, after you finish the 2 parts to number 8, both generating leads and then contacting those leads, you want to know what to do with those team members. You know, you get certified. How do you get them certified? How do you help them get trained and educated so that they can become certified independent marketing affiliates and you can start to build a strong residual income from the residual pay plan that we've put in place here with the Renatus compensation plan. Number 9 is going to teach you how to do that, how to take a brand new person from start to money and lead them through the training process so that they know what to do, how to do it, can stand on their own 2 feet, and can leverage your time by duplicating your efforts. And then, of course, number 10, this training module that we're going over to this evening, letting the system do the work for you. In other words, helping your people to become system dependent rather than enroller dependent. Now there's method to the madness, and the method to the madness is this. We want to put the focus on the most profitable activities first, which is contacting your warm market. That's why they're right up front. That's the fastest way from start to money. Next thing is the method to the madness in the way that these 10 steps are laid out. These engage you in money-making activities right away so that you can become profitable and not have to wait for all those profitable activities to come around later in the training. It also allows you to build your income story and confidence before contacting cold market leads. If warm market is the fastest way from start to money, we want to have you positioned with an income story and with success so that as you move forward into cold market contacting, it makes it even easier for you to gain credibility with your prospect and convert those individuals into Renatus community members. And then we want to start and end on money-making activities, which is exactly what we've done in laying out this 10-step training process. The KISS method. Let's talk a little bit about the acronym KISS. KISS, that means keep it simple, silly. Some folks use the acronym a little differently. Keep it simple, stupid. I think that's the way they do it out in Chicago. They're a little bit more abrupt out there, but we're nicer in the West. Anyway, keep it simple. And the KISS method is all about this. First of all, in this 10-step training, you need to understand, you need to teach your people. Don't sweat the small stuff. Listen, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Don't overcomplicate it. There's so many times that individuals really overcomplicate the process, and because they whip themselves into a frenzy in their own mind and overcomplicate the system, they never engage in money-making activities. They're always getting ready to get ready. Don't do that. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. You know, you overthink it, it's the same kind of a thing. You spend way too much time overthinking the process, and you never engage in doing what needs to happen so that you can become successful. Don't reinvent the wheel. I can't even begin to tell you how often that happens. I just can't. I'll tell you a little story. I can remember years and years ago when I was building a brand new team. I had a fairly substantial organization. It was young, but they were hungry and they needed direction. So I put together a 10-step training program and a fairly simplified version of what to do, how to do it, so you can engage in money-making activities. There was an individual on my team that as soon as I released that training program, he just went dark on me. I didn't see him for 5, 6 weeks. All of a sudden, he reemerges. And he reemerges after 5 or 6 weeks of being disconnected. No meetings, no trainings, no phone calls, no return phone calls. I thought he was done. He comes back and he says, Bob, you're going to be really proud of me. Really proud of me. Hands me a book. You know what the front page of that, and when I say book, I'm really talking about just a huge, 8.5 by 11, two-sided training manual that he had stapled in the corner. He hands me this training program, and he says, you're going to be really proud of me. The front cover of that has a caveman on it, and there's 2 cavemen. They're both having a conversation, and one guy is taking what should have been a round wheel, and he's carving it into a square. He's stone cutter, and he's cutting it into a square. And the caption reads, don't reinvent the wheel. I thought, this is so ironic. I mean, so ironic that this guy took my training, expanded on it, turned it into this big, massive, confusing training. It was basically all my content that he just expanded. And his cover sheet said, don't reinvent the wheel. Oh, it's no wonder why that guy never made any money. Folks, it's already here for you. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't think you got to go get wild and crazy and come up with some newfangled, fancy marketing idea. Just plug into the proven system, see the people, tell the story, build for events, follow up, teach your teams how to do that, do it over and over again, and take your money to the bank. It works. And then if you get some wild hair, listen, at least try it my way. So during the process of making mistakes, you can at least be making some money. Another thing, the next bullet point, don't ever think that you're smarter than your leaders. They have experience. They have proven themselves. They have a track record of success. Don't ever think you're smarter than your leaders, because what happens then is that ego plays into the whole thing, and you will very quickly slip into management into justification, then moving forward into blame, and pretty soon you're out of the business. You don't even know how you got there. Make sure that you stay plugged into the system and you continue to do those things that have proven themselves over decades of time. And do follow the system. So we got a number of don'ts here. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't think that you're smarter than your leaders, but do follow the system. Many of you will know the answers to this question right out of the gate. There are 3 important elements that must be in existence to produce fire. What are they? One is oxygen, another is fuel, and another is heat. You must have oxygen, heat, and fuel to produce fire. If any one of those 3 elements are missing, you will not create a flame. You can have oxygen, you can have heat, but if you haven't got fuel, no flame. You can have fuel and you can have oxygen, no heat, no flame. Heavens, you can have heat and all the fuel in the world, and if there's no oxygen, no fire. Well, the same thing is true of building a business in Renatus. In our business, it takes 3 things to really create success. Number 1, you got to have a product. We have the best product in the industry. And let me ask you a question. Is the product in Renatus the same in Utah as it is in California? Is it the same in California as it is in New York or Chicago? Is it the same in Chicago as it is in Florida? Obviously, you know the answer to the question. It's yes. Okay, let's take a look at our compensation plan. Our compensation plan. Is the comp plan any different in Colorado as it is in Arizona? Is the comp plan any different in Tennessee as it is in Wyoming? No. So the product is the same all across the country. The compensation plan is the same all across the country. Our teaching and training system, very much the same all across the country. The only variable is you. You. These are the 3 components that we have to create success. You're the variable. That means that if you plug in, you develop the skill sets, you follow the proven plan, you can do great things, you make a lot of money. If you don't, well then, you're going to find yourself wanting. I want that to happen. You become the leader that others are looking for. You be the change you wish to see in the world and in your own business, and great things will follow. I love what Dr. Peter Drucker had to say about that. He said, listen, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Best way to predict your future is to create it. Norman Vincent Peale had some great advice for us as well as we're out there in the world. He said this, number 1, start thinking you can do things. Eliminate fear and doubt from your mind. Those are just conversations that you have that you can rid yourself of. Because where fear and doubt exist, faith and hope can't be present. Start thinking you can do things. Number 2, practice hope. You can actually practice hope. You can continue to have that conversation in your own mind and continue to build on it. Make sure you reinforce it and practice it over and over and over again so that you have a hopeful outlook and attitude on everything around you. Get fired up with enthusiasm. I've told people for years in this industry that the only thing that is truly 100% duplicatable is enthusiasm. Let your enthusiasm show. Let it help you to grow your business. Get fired up. Stretch beyond your current limits. Stretch beyond your current limits. Get up every morning with a creed that you can do hard things. You can move beyond your current comfort zone or your current self-imposed limitations. Stretch beyond your current limits. Practice happy thinking. Practice happy thinking by, of course, entertaining happy thoughts. Eliminate the negative from your life. Eliminate those things that would continue to cause you to, well, doubt, fear, cause you frustration. Practice happy thinking by thinking about happy things. Maintain enthusiasm through tough times. Oh, this one's critical. You have got to learn how to put a smile on your face and joy and gratitude in your heart. I talked to the folks this last weekend at the national conference about that very thing, and I said, you know what? It is all about maintaining an attitude of gratitude, because if you have an attitude of gratitude and you have in front of you constantly those things you've been blessed with, those things you are grateful for, and you're thinking about them on a regular basis, not only are you going to be practicing happy thinking, but you're going to be maintaining enthusiasm through tough times. And believe things will turn out well. Believe things will turn out well. And you will create a self-fulfilling prophecy for yourself and the people that are around you. If you change your thoughts, you will change your world. Change your thoughts and you change your world. It all begins in the mind with a thought, an idea, a conversation. And if you let negative conversations play out on the stage of your mind, then you are going to create that reality. If you make positive things play out on the stage of your mind and you get a big vision of what you can do, what you can accomplish, holy smokes, those things will become your reality. What you think about is truly what you create. It's what you become. It's who you become. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. I thought I'd end on this. It's a little rhyme that I wrote and authored a while back. I know I've shared it with you before, but I thought it'd be a fitting change based off of the last comment that Norman Vincent Peale had to share with you. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. Here we go. Whatever you think, you're right. Whatever you believe, it's true. The fact is that your reality is manifest by the things that you think and do. Now, to think something different requires but a choice. To do something different begins with that choice. But to be someone different is oft sought in vain, when instead of application, we justify and delay. Whatever you think, you're right. Whatever you believe, it's true. The fact is that we each make a choice about who we become because of what we think and do. If you think the world loves you, it will. If you think that you're beautiful, you are. If you think that the serve is noble and that your purpose is elite, your life will take on meaning, and this meaning will produce great deeds. And with these deeds, your world will enlarge to accept a greater charge, because each of us have a gift bestowed to become exactly who we are. Make this year your year of empowerment. Well, this is your CEO and President, Bob Snyder, calling from my home in Centerville, Utah, and I'm thrilled to be able to spend a little bit of time with you tonight. I want to say good night, God bless, make it a great week.
The organizer has